Okay, is that working? Can y'all see me? Are we actually live? Maybe, maybe not. Hello? Anybody in the chat? Can you hear me? Let's see. Oh, okay. Woohoo! All right. Okay, yay. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Whew. Okay, thank you for your patience. That took way longer to set up than I anticipated. It was all working fine when I had everything in the practice, and then when I went to go live, it all just went. So I'm glad that we're working now. Um, all right, awesome. How is the sound? Is it too loud, too quiet, just right? Just want to double check. This is what this is for. We are testing all of this fun stuff out. And okay. Yeah, okay. There's a delay, so I have to be patient. Okay, great. Sounds like we're doing good. So I hope everyone is great. I hope everyone is doing well. I see everyone in the chat is talking about the weather, and it is gray and gloomy today over here, and it has been for the past like 2 weeks. It's good. It's good that we need the rain, and this is one of the few months that we actually get rain. So yay for that, but it does make for a very dreary Saturday. All right. Well, welcome to the test stream. Happy May 4th to everybody. I forgot my hat. I had a hat. I was going to wear a hat for Derby Day and the Leia buns, and it just totally escaped my mind. So, oh well, maybe next time I'll wear a hat. Asteramos says that they're curious about the horses and Darth Vader as a background. That is because today is May the 4th, and that is Star Wars Day, and it is also the day of the Kentucky Derby here in the United States, where they do a horse race. It's very famous. Everybody wears crazy hats. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, so grab a mint julep if you want. Ugh. You know, I'm drinking tea because, like I said, it's gloomy and gross outside. Oh yeah, I'm glad that you guys like the background. I had fun. I was worried it was going to be a little too much visual, but I think it looks okay. All right. So I've got some fun things to talk to you about today. This is going to be fairly short. I just kind of wanted to test this out. Have been wanting to do this for a long time, and just have been putting it off and been kind of intimidated. So I thought we'd rip the Band-Aid off and give it a shot. So Dan likes the space buns. They were, I actually made donuts, like actual chocolate donuts, and had the best intention to try and pin them to my hair until I made them and realized that there was no way that they were going to stay on my head because I made baked donuts and they're very crumbly. So, best laid plans. So I do think that moving forward, if y'all enjoy the live stream and want to keep doing this, that I'll do it maybe once a month. I'm not sure what day, what time, probably Saturday in the middle of the day, which is what it is for me, is not the best time. I definitely heard some people in the poll say that this wasn't a great time for them. So start thinking about the best times. We'll probably do some more polls leading up to that day. So start thinking about it. Everybody in the chat is talking about what they're working on right now, which is really exciting. Are y'all sewing while we talk, or is this just things that you're working on? Ooh. Oh no, I just closed the chat. Let's see if I can get it back. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna go hide for just 1 second so I can figure out how to get the chat back. BRB. Okay, I figured it out. Sorry about that, folks. This is why we're doing a test stream. This is why I didn't advertise it a ton, because I wanted to get all of the glitches out before I made it like a big thing. Okay. All right, so some of you were around back in December, and will probably know this, but for those of you who don't, last winter I went to a Victorian festival, and due to not being able to say no, I ended up having to make 2 separate dresses in about 3 weeks, and it was awful. So for this summer, I kind of promised myself that I wasn't going to put myself under that kind of stress anymore. And somebody's asking me, okay. Squirrel. All right. Somebody's asking me something in the chat, so let me go on a tangent for a second. Yes, the Drinking Games is asking me if I am a knitter. Yes. I'm actually have been knitting kind of longer than I've been sewing. And I haven't been doing it a lot because all of the sewing that I have to do in YouTube. But I do have some fun plans about that we're going to talk about in June's stream, which I'm really excited about. A lot of folks have been asking me about all of the sweaters I wear, and all of the sweaters I wear are hand knit. So I thought we would chat about that, and I'll show you my sweaters and where you can get the patterns and stuff like that. I thought that would be kind of fun. Yeah, so I do, and I also crochet, but not as much. It's not as fun. I like it. If it's the harder it is, the happier I am. So let me know in the chat if y'all prefer crochet over knit or vice versa. All right. So I do have a question for you folks who are live right now, and that is, can you hear the music? And is it too loud? Because I have my microphone plugged into my headphone jack, so I can't actually hear it. So let me know how the balance is, because I just noticed it was playing. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, nobody can hear the music. How about now? And if you can hear it, tell me how the levels are. No. Okay. Well, I tried. Okay. I'm not going to worry about it then. If nobody can hear it, I'll fiddle with that later on another day, and we'll make sure that it's running for the next stream. Okay. It's so funny because, you go on all the tutorials online and everybody's like, "Oh, streaming is so easy. Get streaming in 3 easy steps." And then you get to the program and there's like 5 different windows and it's just so much to keep track of. And a lot of the times you can test things, but you can't test things privately and then go live. You have to like create a completely different stream, and it's a little hectic. Okay. All right. And the folks in the chat are saying that they actually prefer no music. Okay, great. Rachel just said that she watched my convertible sleeves video and really enjoyed it. Um, Yeah, thank you so much. That was a lot of fun to do. That's actually going to be part of a cosplay I do later in the year. I'm kind of picking at it as I go, and I'm really excited to just wear the blouse out. It's definitely way too hot to wear long sleeves at this point. I think we're going to get like 90-degree Fahrenheit weather starting next week, which is um I want to say like in the upper 20s in Celsius. I used to be able to convert and I can't convert anymore. Kathleen says that she liked how happy I looked when modeling the sleeve. Yeah, I was having fun. I do all of that in basically the back of my apartment complex. I kind of always wonder what my neighbors think when they're out walking their dogs and seeing me like running around flapping my arms. You definitely you definitely have to have a little bit of confidence when you're filming stuff out in public for sure. Okay, so I do want to talk about some of the things that I've got planned coming up in the next couple of months. Um, I am going to be working on 2 projects, basically my 2 big projects that are left for the year kind of behind the scenes this summer so that I can work on them and really get them good before I put everything live so I'm not scrambling like I've been in the past. So the first one I'm really excited about, and that is Beetlejuice. And that's going to be a mashup of the Beatles and Beetlejuice. And this is something I've been planning since 2019, and I'm so excited to finally be doing it. Um, it is kind of more of a straight cosplay and not so much a historical cosplay, although there will definitely be some historical elements. I plan to be making the Cassandra stays, which is the newest stays pattern from Scroop. And those are going to be reversible and they're going to be spoopy. So there's going to be one side that's purple and one side that's probably black and white striped, like Beetlejuice striped. But I haven't completely decided between that and just doing straight black. It's going to depend on what I decide for my front purple layer so that it's not too hot. Kathleen's trying to picture Paul McCartney as Beetlejuice. It's definitely going to be, so if y'all are familiar with the Sgt. Pepper, the album cover for Sgt. Pepper, the one where they're in like the military outfits. So that's kind of what I'm planning. Like it's going to be like a 1980s blazer, but with epaulettes and some military styling in the front. And then some, I can't decide if they're going to be straight leg trousers or just like wide leg trousers. I haven't quite decided yet. But it's going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun. I have to make some decisions soon so I can get started on it so that I'm not scrambling. But it's going to be really awesome to actually have like Halloween content since I haven't been able to for the past year or so, since October is costume event season. Yeah, Rachel likes that. Yeah, that's a great album. It's probably one of my favorite Beatles albums. Maybe not my favorite, but definitely up there. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm trying to find like a snare drum to make like on the cover they have a Sergeant Pepper's drum, and I really want to put Sergeant Pepper's label on one side and then flip it around and have "It's Showtime" on the other side. Except it's really hard to find affordable drums. Everybody who's selling drum sets online, even on Facebook Marketplace, they're like $100, and I don't want to spend that much money to just, paint all over it. So if anybody has any ideas for trying to figure out how to make a drum that actually makes sound, let me know. All right, Kathleen is asking if I need a working drum. I'd like it to work because I like to annoy people with noise, but realistically, I probably am not going to get a working drum because, like I said, they're super expensive. A bucket. I might have to resort to that. Oh, that's a good idea. Somebody suggested that I ask like local middle or high schools to see if they have any cast-offs or drum heads. That's a good idea. I might do that. There's definitely a lot of schools around here. So I can check that out. I definitely don't want to spend a lot of money on props. And I do have to, I'm gonna make a hat too. We're gonna do a tricorn and hopefully I'll do a tutorial on that. I'm not 100% sure because most of my hat making videos bomb. And as much as I love making hats and doing millinery, if I'm gonna spend 40 or 50 hours making and editing a video, like I want people to watch it, which is the stinky part of having, a YouTube channel. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what we end up doing with the drum, and we'll see what we end up doing with the hat. I would love to do a tutorial because they're fun. I love hats. So yeah, that is the Beetlejuice costume, and that is going to be kind of the first thing that I start working on here after I take a little bit of a break. I'm pretty tired after the unicorn, as I'm sure y'all have gleaned and can understand, because that was such a huge undertaking. Mostly my fault. Like it did not need to be that involved and did not need to take that long, but I just kept adding stuff because that's what I do. I make things complicated. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm finishing up right now. We're doing a Bridgerton update for my Coral Regency gown. And that's going to be really cute. I'm super excited. I'm just about finished. So that'll be the next video that we see. And that should be fun for those of you who are into Bridgerton. And hopefully it'll still be entertaining for those of you who hate it. Because it is very divisive. Everybody in the chat is saying how much they like my millinery videos, which is great. I love it. But if you go and look at all of my videos on my channel, and you can see, if you look at the view counts, they perform almost as badly as the viewer's choice did, and which kind of stinks. It really kind of stinks because I worked hard. But that's the nature of it, and that's sort of the double-edged sword of being a YouTuber, is that, you know, you can make videos, but if your thumbnails aren't clickable or it's not something that people are searching for, then you can just bomb. All the Happy Squirrel says that they haven't seen the unicorn video yet. Go watch the unicorn video if you haven't seen it already. I worked so hard on that costume. And it was a lot of fun, and the reveal was such a treat to do and edit, and all of the Charlie the Unicorn references, which hopefully everybody got. The drinking game says that breaks are really important for your mental health, and I agree. I definitely, it's time. We're probably after the Bridgerton. I do have a couple of like small videos planned for things that I did, you know, kind of while I was working on that when I needed a break. There's going to be, I made like a modern chemise to go under some of my history bounding clothes, so that'll be a video. And also the bum roll that I made for the unicorn, that's all filmed and ready to go. So we'll have that. And Black Tulip says that the 17th century unicorn is beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased with it. I have to find somewhere to wear it. Not my local group, but a fairly close costuming group is doing a retreat in, I want to say, July, and there's no specific era for it, so I might wear it there. Haven't decided yet, but I definitely want to get it out and wear it to several events if I can. But that's the thing with 17th century. There really aren't any 17th century events, at least over here in the States. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do after the Bridgerton is give you all a studio tour. I have some plans that I want to do. I'm actually about to re-sign my lease at my apartment, which I'm really excited about. I have been worried about getting evicted now for 2 years, not because I'm, you know, a bad tenant or anything, but because all of their longtime residents have been kicked out recently so that they can renovate the apartments and then charge more. And so I've been kind of on edge for the past 2 years, waiting for them to give me that notice, be like, get out of here. I've been here for 10 years. So they I got under the ladder this time. That's not the right term, but I am about to re-sign my lease. So I'm super excited. And so I think now is going to be the time that I can maybe make some modifications in my apartment to make it better for y'all, better viewing experience, shall we say. So I think I want to do a couple of, do a tour first and show you what it's like now, show you all of the chaos, maybe even show you my craft closet. And then kind of talk about how we can fix it and make it better so it's a better experience for y'all. Yeah, Rachel is talking about, yeah, the situation, the eviction situation. Yeah, it's been very stressful. It's been weighing on my mind a lot. And I was very relieved when they sent me the renewal letter. Let's just say I need more space. I need a better place to live. Like I live in 700 square feet and it's tiny. And especially with, all of the sewing and projects that are going on, I really need more space, but it's the housing market here is awful. And even to just qualify to get a new place to live, you have to make 3 times the base rent. And like with the money that I make from my day job, I don't like 3 times, or I guess a third of what I make is there is no rent. That is that cheap. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's really hard. Um, the drinking game says that they guarantee that my closet and crafting space is way cleaner than their chaos. That feels like a challenge. My crafting closet is so just it's not it's organized to chaos, but it's so full that the door doesn't shut. And so I will push it closed and then walk away, and 30 seconds later it'll just go click and then reopen because there's just so much crap in there. It's awful. We just had a new person come in. I'm pretty excited that there are 17 people in the chat right now. I'm just gonna put that out there. I had this kind of apprehension about nobody showing up, so I'm super excited that y'all are here. Like very, very excited. And I did see somebody say this at the beginning, but if y'all haven't, do please give this live stream a big thumbs up. That helps a lot into pushing it out so that other people can see that I'm streaming and can maybe join in and talk with us. Forged in Fabric is saying that my craft closet is haunted, and that's absolutely true. But it's good to know that I'm not the only person who lives in craft chaos. That's very comforting because, you see a lot of videos of people and they show you their space and it's like perfectly in order. Everything has its own place. And I always wondered, like, is their space getting used? Or, because like if I'm working on a project, my sewing table is just almost unusable. Unusable. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Oh, hello from Ottawa. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. Like, if your studio is messy, that usually means you're being productive. All right. Ooh, we have more people. We just had more people join. Hello, if you just joined. Hello, hello, and welcome, welcome. Excited to have everybody here on this, what is for me a very dreary Saturday. It is very overcast, although I don't think it's raining. I think it's just gray right now. Asterismos, sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, says that it would be fun for me to do my tour without tidying it at all. I'm not sure I'm that brave. You can probably see some of my chaos in my videos if you look closely. Please don't. Please don't. But I will definitely do a little bit of cleaning first because it's not so bad right now because I did have guests in town last month for the eclipse. And so I haven't had enough time to completely destroy my space yet, but it's getting there for sure. Alexandria says, Happy May the 4th, and they love my hair. Thank you very much. Very excited. I do wish I had managed to figure out how to get donuts on my head, but oh well, it's probably better that I eat the donuts and don't, crumble them all over everything, which is what I would probably end up doing. All right. Okay, so we have talked about the Halloween. What we have not talked about is the lobster. I have made 2 lobsters for my lobster bustle gown, which is progress. I think I'm gonna try and make 26 of them in total for like the bottom of the dress. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go to Google and you can Google 1883 lobster bustle dress and the fashion plate will pop up. I should have prepped it and had it ready so I could put it on screen, but I did not prepare for that. But I am really excited. So that is the other project that I'm going to be working on this summer, kind of off camera while all of the other stuff, the studio tour, the Bridgerton gown, the modern chemise, all of that stuff is going live video wise. That is the bustle gown that I'm going to be wearing to the event in December, and I'm just so determined to get it done by the end of August. And so I have already started with the lobsters, which is exciting. I'm doing paper mache, and I'm doing a very specific paper mache. It is a cooked flour paper mache. It makes it really hard. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a little bit, it would take a lot to break this. I mean, I probably could snap it if I wanted to. Let's get that on screen. There we go. I could snap this if I wanted to, but I'm not because it takes 3 days to make a single lobster. Or at least it takes about, I don't know, 36 hours for it to dry. So usually 1 layer a day. Let's see what everybody in the chat's saying. I'm talking about crafting. It's very interesting with the delay and my level of squirreliness in my attention span. It's interesting to see what y'all are talking about in the chat and what I'm talking about. So many lobsters. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of lobsters. And I think I'm going to do some needle felting too, and maybe do the hat that the little hat that she wears as a needle felted lobster. And then there's another one she wears like on her shoulder as like a brooch. And I think I might needle felt that one too, but it's going to depend on time and my patience. All the Happy Squirrels is asking if the lobsters will be providing the support. I'm not sure if that means like, can you clarify? Let's do that. Let's see. Black Tulip is asking, why did they ever do a Victorian lobster gown? Because they were the Victorians. I mean, they were crazy. They were so crazy. The fashion plate that I'm basing this off of it's actually two. It's the lobster and the seabird, and so the other one is like there's a seagull on the lady's head, and the gown has like ships drawn all over it. And my friend Rachel is going to do that, so we're going to be pair and hopefully enter into the costume contest this year as like a pair, and I'm super excited about that. Like for pickups. Oh, no, probably not. I think that they're just going to be tacked on as decoration, and all of the support and all of the structure and everything like that will be done because it's really not like I don't want to break anything and I don't trust it to be super strong. I think that haven't 100% decided yet, but I think I'm going to glue little loops of fabric at strategic points to sew it on, and I don't trust glue to be super strong. Lobsters would be a great brooch for a pirate hat. I agree. I think somebody needs to do that for sure. I do have a pirate hat somewhere. Ideas, my friends, ideas. Oh, all the happy squirrels was thinking that they needed to be strong to provide structural support. Um, it's just a basic bustle gown, but it just has lobsters all over the place. Like along the bustle, swooping along the hem. There's one on the shoulder. It's covered. Let me see if I can find it while we're chatting. I don't know if I have it saved to my computer. I definitely have it saved to my phone. So what I can do is email it to myself like this. I gotta find it first. Go through all of my pretty photos. I have a Google Pixel. I don't know if any of you have a Google Pixel, but it is like the worst phone for content creation because it doesn't have a gallery. It wants you to use Google Photos as your photo gallery on your phone. And Google Photos has like a 15 gig limit. And I have almost 100 gigabytes of photos on my phone, so that doesn't work. So to find anything on it, I have to scroll through each file, like in the file section, and it is excruciating. Okay, so I'm going to email this to myself and send her over. Woo, okay. And then we will do. So while I'm doing this, in the chat, let me know if you are a fan of Star Wars or not a fan of Star Wars. And if you're watching this after we finish streaming, just pop into the comments and let me know. I'm curious. And whether you like all of the Star Wars or just some of the Star Wars. I am definitely like the original Star Wars fan. I like, The Empire Strikes Back and all of those. The newer ones that came out in the late 90s, I'm not a big fan of. I thought the writing was kind of lacking. Let's just say that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I have this. Let me lower that and let's see if I can add a new scene. me see. Okay, now we're back to my face. Yay. Somebody said to go get fish and chips in a lobster dress. I'm more likely to go eat lobsters, actually, in the lobster dress. I am a very big fan of lobsters. Yeah, and the bird dress is a lot of fun too. I'm excited. I'm gonna help my friend. She doesn't paint, so I'm gonna help her paint all of the ships and stuff onto the bustle gown. I'm gonna be seeing her next weekend, so hopefully we can make a plan for that because I again don't want to be doing that at the last minute. And then I have little crabbies. I don't know if that shows. Is that might be mirrored? You might not be able to see what that says, but it's a little crab. So where I grew up on the eastern shore of Maryland, crabs were a big thing, and that's kind of how the crustacean obsession started because I'm definitely obsessed with crustaceans. Eating lobsters in a lobster dress, wouldn't that be akin to cannibalism? Maybe, maybe a little bit. Maybe we'll get crabs in the lobster dress instead. Or crawfish. Crawfish is probably more of a Texas thing. Have not. I have been able to find blue crabs down here in Texas, but the quality of them is far inferior to the stuff that you get in Maryland. All right, so that is the other thing that I'm going to be working on this summer. So the plan is to make all of the dresses, the Beetlejuice and then the lobster gown, and I'll film everything and then put it live during the season. So probably starting maybe late September, early October, we'll start rolling with the Beetlejuice stuff, and then probably the weekend after my Victorian event, I'll do the lobster gown final. I'm kind of hoping to film the reveal there, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm not really sure yet. I'm kind of giving myself a little bit of wiggle room as far as planning goes. And yeah, I'm super excited. I do have a couple of other small costumes that I'm going to be working on during the summer. And one of them, can anybody guess? Go up close. What this might be? What this might be for? It's stretchy. I'm gonna give the chat a minute to guess what this is gonna be. I'm super excited. Anybody? Anybody? Radioactive gator. So the gators are my alma mater's mascot. So that's definitely something I would totally do, but not quite. Reptar. Reptar would be fun. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That would be fun. The Lady in the Waiting Room. Nobody has guessed it yet. It also involves the splits, which should really make it obvious, but if it doesn't, then I'll tell you. Here's the fabric again so you can see. For some reason, the camera is doing a better focusing on that than it is on focusing on my face. Go figure. Snakes, Slytherin dress, no, absolutely not. Um, all right. 80s workout wear. You know, I have this really good idea for a fun, like, finger loop braid video that involves 80s workout wear that maybe one day maybe one day I'll actually do a bodysuit. Well, not quite. All right. Anybody? Anybody? Yeah, some of these are really great ideas. I'm doing weird Barbie. It's going to be a weird Barbie outfit. Maybe a historical weird Barbie. I haven't quite decided yet. Um, but for sure it's going to be hot pink and puffy sleeved. And I'm super, super excited about it. It's going to be, the plan is we're going to make the dress and then I'm going to take tulle and do like the shapes that she wears on the skirt as an overskirt so that I can take it off and just wear the pink dress like a normal individual. And that's going to be happening at some point this summer. I'm going to make this stuff is for the boots, and we're gonna do Victorian spats or gaiters or whatever they're called, with the lime green 80s weird Barbie. Yeah, I know that like last summer was the summer of Barbie, but there was also a strike going on, and as somebody who's worked in the theater industry and the film industry, like I did not want to cross that picket line. So it was important to me that I waited until that was done for me to do any kind of Barbie stuff. Yes, and all the happy squirrels is asking about the splits, and yes, there will be splits. I can do splits, but not up a wall. I'm working on that. Probably not going to happen, but I have some fun plans for the reveal. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm so glad that y'all are excited about that because I am infinitely psyched to get started. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Dan says that she's not a Barbie girl. I was a Barbie girl. I had like, I don't know, 100 Barbies or something before my mother sold them all in a yard sale for like $5, which I'm not bitter about at all. But yeah, I was a big doll, like big Barbie person, American Girls. I was really into all of that stuff. But I was never like super girly, but I liked dolls. So go figure. Fortune Fabric said that she used a fake leg for the movie, which makes total sense because I'm not sure it's physically possible to do a split up the wall. Like, I have tried, y'all. I have tried, and I probably should have tried to do that while on camera because it was hilarious. But it's not easy. It's not easy, and I don't know if it's possible. So that makes sense because I did wonder whether she was actually splitting up the wall or if that was some kind of effect. Dedicated to Music is saying that their dog ate all of their Barbies. That's really sad. I'm sure that dog was feeling it later. Ooh, some Barbie fans and some not Barbie fans in the chat, which is cool. Pulling off heads and arms to dress the Barbies. I wasn't always kind to my Barbies. I have to say that I definitely uh, put them through some paces for sure, and all the Happy Squirrels hasn't seen that movie. I think it was a good movie. I went into it not expecting it to be good, expecting it to be kind of cheesy, and was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was funny. It's not without its issues for sure, but I think they did a good job. And there were, especially if you are a classic cinema fan, there are a lot of really fun references to very famous movies in there that I appreciated as like a film person. So yeah, if you haven't seen the Barbie movie, I do recommend giving it a shot. And which is really this is really cool. They have an ASL version, so you can go and watch the ASL, and it's the whole movie, and then they have somebody doing sign language on the side, which is super neat. I was like when I go to music festivals, when they have the ASL person, I always like to be on that side of the stage so I can watch the ASL and watch the show at the same time. It's even though I don't need it, it's kind of helps in that situation to understand what they're saying because sometimes the sound at big concerts like that is terrible when you're up in the front row. So yeah, okay. So it is 2:30 and we have been streaming for quite a while. That is pretty much all of the things that I have on my list. So I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. And I think this went pretty well. Definitely pop down to the comments if you have any kind of feedback for me on like video quality or sound quality. If there's anything that you would like for me to do to make the streaming more pleasant, or better if I can see it's telling me that my bit rate is really low, which might have to do with my old computer. So, I welcome any kind of feedback as long as it's constructive. So please let me know. Definitely will probably do this again. This was a lot of fun. I definitely hope that we can plan a bunch of streams. Yeah, it was great hanging out with everybody. And thank you so much for giving up some of your very precious Saturday to come hang out and chat. And yeah, let's call it done. And I will catch you all soon. All right. Bye, y'all.